How is feta cheese sexy? It is now. If you go brown butter, baby, you're not going back. Blend it, baby. More flavor, more comfort, more fun, more family, more joy, more color, and a little bit more spice. This is good mood comfort food. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my brand new cookbook that comes out September 17th. And today we are making an extra special recipe that you can actually get early access to if you pre-order before it comes out. We are making my caramelized corn brown butter pasta with feta and jalapeno. It is a delicious take on that feta pasta trend that was so popular years ago, but with my special twist on it, caramelizing that corn until it gets nice and golden brown. We're adding nutty brown butter, a hint of heat from jalapeno, and a little freshness from basil. One of the reasons I love this recipe is because it's so easy to make. It's an easy 30-minute dinner, and one of the cool parts is that you can actually add any protein you'd like. So this is from my vegetarian chapter that I had so much fun developing. It's full of vibrant, vegetable-forward recipes and inspired by my mama. So let's get started to make this recipe. We're starting off with some fresh corn. I love to use corn off the cob because it's just a little extra sweet. But if you don't have it available to you, you can always use frozen corn, no big deal. We're gonna use about 3 to 4 corns off the cob. Next, we're gonna dice a jalapeno. Now you could leave the seeds out if you want. There's literally so much corn underneath my feet. You know me, I am like a jalapeno girly, love that spice, so I'm just leaving them in. It smells so good. The first time I developed this recipe, I knew immediately that it had to go in the cookbook because it was so vibrant, creamy, nutty, and literally I could not stop eating it straight out of the pan. And I know you guys are gonna feel the same way when you get my cookbook. So if you haven't pre-ordered yet, don't forget to do so. Linking it in the description below for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. A little bit of garlic. This is a fat clove, which I approve of. A little bit of garlic, but just enough so. Fun fact, I grew up in Minnesota and we had corn on the menu pretty much every single night. And so I thought to myself, there is no way that you are not putting a corn heavy recipe in your cookbook. All right, we've got everything chopped up, very simple, only 3 things required. So let's head on over to the stove and get cooking. First thing we're gonna do is start boiling some water for the pasta. Anytime that you cook pasta, you always wanna cook it in a salted water. So I like to use about a tablespoon of kosher salt for a big pot of water. At the same time, we're gonna be browning some butter, and that is gonna be used for our sauce. It gets mixed with the corn and the feta and creates this creamy, delicious, tangy, salty sauce that coats every single bite of noodle. I'm telling you guys, it's absolutely insane. You're gonna love it. It's gonna make you wanna buy this cookbook. Butter is going in, always using a salted butter. And we're only using 1/4 cup. It's not that much, but it does just give the pasta this nice, nutty hazelnut flavor that you taste on the back end. I highly recommend checking out my coffee cake recipe on YouTube. I show you how to brown butter from start to finish so you can be a pro too. One of the cool features in my cookbook is that I always offer options called Make It Your Way. So there's a little section right at the bottom that will tell you how to add things, make it gluten-free, dairy-free, make it more nutrient-dense. It's flexible, and it's a fun cookbook for everybody in your life. We're gonna remove this from the heat, transfer it to a bowl, and then get started on caramelizing that corn. So you're gonna wanna add a little bit of olive oil to the pan. It's already got some of that nice brown butter flavor in there, but you might just need a little bit of extra oil. Place that back over a medium heat, and you're gonna add in the corn, the jalapeno, and the garlic. You're also gonna wanna add in a little bit of kosher salt, because you always wanna season as you go when you are cooking, just to allow the flavors to really develop. And we're gonna cook this down for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's gonna time up right when you cook that pasta, so it's all pretty much a 30-minute dinner. We are using this pasta today. I say go for something that is similar to a fettuccine, but if you want, I have tested this with a small pasta shape and it worked out fantastic. I love a long noodle though, because it's great for really coating the sauce. The corn is looking nice and golden brown. It's perfectly caramelized. The jalapenos smell incredible, as does the garlic. So we're gonna transfer half of this corn mixture to a high-powered blender. I'm actually using one of these handy mini blenders because I just love having these on hand for things like sauces, which is exactly what we're making. But we're gonna transfer half of it and reserve the other half for tossing in the pasta. We're gonna take 1 cup of reserved pasta water. You can grab more if you need it, but set that aside, and that is gonna be a part of our sauce, so do not forget to do that. We've got that reserved pasta, what am I talking about? We've got that reserved corn mixture that we added to the blender earlier. We're gonna add in some feta cheese. Now, I will tell you that I have tested this recipe with both goat cheese and feta cheese, and it is amazing both ways. I just personally happen to love the feta cheese a little bit more. I like to use a block of feta because I think it's way better than buying it in crumbles. So feta in the brine. Add about 4 ounces in here. You can just crumble it right in. It's just a little bit creamier, a little bit tangier, a little bit sexier. I don't know, is feta cheese sexy? It is now. Next, about a cup of reserved pasta water. And this is to help it all come together. It's nice and starchy. It's gonna add a lovely creaminess to the pasta sauce, so do not forget it. And you can always reserve more and add more if you like a little bit of a creamier pasta. Last but not least, a little kosher salt. Blend it, baby. Now, it's okay if it is not completely smooth. That's totally fine. You only need about 30 seconds in the blender, and it is going to look and smell amazing. All right, let's head back to the stove. We're gonna add the sauce right into the pan with the pasta and that reserved corn. Then we're gonna add our brown butter that we reserved and set aside. This is creamy, it's saucy, it is smelling up this whole kitchen in a very delicious way. It's nutty, did I say sweet? I don't know, we're hitting it again, it's sweet. I cannot wait to get into this. Wow, I love it. This recipe alone is worth buying the book. Pair it with a little sausage, a little salmon, chicken sausage, steak. Let's plate it up. This is one of my favorite weeknight dinners in the entire world, so I really hope that you get a chance to pick up the cookbook and make this one because it is absolutely delicious. And like I said, if you pre-order now, you can get the recipe early, so do so ASAP. I like to add a couple extra garnishes like feta, just a little bit more on top, plus it makes it a little bit prettier, which we're all about. Some fresh basil. I always love a good herby punch on any of my recipes. It brings that fresh element and you always need something fresh. And then some jalapeños. Guys, I promise you, this is gonna be your new go-to favorite weeknight dinner. Grab a copy of my cookbook ASAP. I can't wait to see you make all of the recipes from it. And if this doesn't put you in a good mood, I don't know what will.